Okay, so guys, we just went through the process of dealing with colliding two objects together. Now, I wanted to, before I go too far into showing you and demonstrating this, what I want you to be aware of is that we're going to deal in conceptual terms with three types of objects. We are either going to deal with surface objects, which is essentially kind of an object made out of paper-thin surfaces, or a solid object. So imagine this is cut out from a piece of, 4 by 12 or something, so it's solid. Okay, and then there are volumetric solids, and that's what these are. These have solid walls. The walls have thickness to them. They're not paper thin, but there's also a volume inside of them. Okay, both projects that you guys will have worked on so far are volumetric solids. Those become a little bit more complex. Solids are very easy to use Boolean tools on. Volumetric solids are much harder to. Okay? Okay, so these are the two objects that we were just operating on, and what we did, right, is we put them corner to corner, right, and then I brought one up 4 feet, and then I went in 6 feet, and then back 8 feet or something like that, right? So that's what we've got to do right now, is we've got to create those lines on both of these objects. Okay? So we're going to start with the upper one. We're going to draw the lines on the upper one, cut them out, and then we're going to take the upper one and we're going to set it on here, trace around it, then offset them in the thickness of the foam core. At 3/16 it's going to be 9 inches, right? 3/16 of an inch is what the scale we're using here is. And then we're going to cut that second line so that we can put the two of them together. Okay? Right, you got your timer set? Okay, so here goes. So like I said, we're going to take these two and collide them. And what I want to do is I'm going to cut out the bottom corner of this so that I can set it on top of that one. Okay? So let me find a pencil. I may not have a pencil. Do you want to lend me a pencil? Because this is best done in pencil. Right there. You can borrow that thing. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. There's one in here. Nope, there isn't. I'll just borrow yours. Okay, so here goes. All right, 3/16 of an inch scale. It's a different scale than we used last time. All right, so I got to find it because I'm not used to using 3/16. There it is, 3/16. Okay, so on the bottom of this box, I'm going to look at it like from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go 8 feet this way and 6 feet this direction. Okay, so here goes nothing. So I'm turning it. This is the corner that's going to match there, so I'm turning it over so I can operate on it. Okay. All right. So 3/16 of an inch to a foot. I'm going to go over 6 feet. And I'm going to come in 8 feet. Okay, so I basically put 2 marks that are on the bottom of this thing. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw both of those, right, so that I can kind of start to collide the two. So in order to do that, I got to use a triangle. So I got to find a triangle. All right, so if you recall, this is sort of how we did the cuts on the cube, right? We kind of would lay this on a surface, hopefully a smooth one. Then we would take this and we'd line it up. And that becomes kind of like that lower cut. So let me just make sure that the camera sees that. So let me, again, just kind of reorient you to that. So if I take that cutout that I see there, it's going to sit right there on that corner. Okay? But it's got to go down. So now I've got to take those lines and start to draw them up so that I cut that corner out just like we did in the computer. So same thing, I'm going to bring those lines around the corner. And I'm going to use the triangle to project them down. I keep working on this because it's got goobers and stuff, but I'm going to give you a heads up on this. It's very easy to get these things twisted, mixed up, and backwards. Very, very easy to mix the dimensions up. Okay? All right. So there I am so far. I've got, basically now I've got to measure, I want 4 feet showing up here and 12 feet embedded. So here goes. 4 feet at 3/16 is there. And there, so that the camera can see it, is the corner that has to be removed for this one to slide over top of that one. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut that one. So do we have, where are we at on time?
7 minutes.
Go ahead and stop it, and we'll start a new one.